Assalamualaikum. I hope you are doing well today. Welcome to our maths class. We have lecture number 11, unit number 3, matrices and determinants. So before starting our exercise 3.2, we have to discuss different types of matrices. So I am going to explain different types of matrices. First one is row matrix. A matrix having only one row, that is called as row matrix. It means that whenever we have only one row in any matrix, that matrix will be called as row matrix. So for example, A is equal to 0, 1, 4, B is equal to A, B and C is equal to A. All these are row matrices of order 1 by 2, 1 by 1 and 1 by 3 respectively. So it means that we have one row in each matrix but different columns. So these matrices are called row matrix because these have only one row. So next we have column matrix. Column matrix, a matrix having only one column, that matrix will be called as column matrix. For example, we have matrix A, B and C having one column, having only one column. So it means that rows may be different, but we have only one column in these matrices. So that's why these are called row matrices with order 3 by 1, 2 by 1 and 1 by 1 respectively. So you can see in matrix A 3, 4, 5 number of rows are different because we have 3 rows but one column only. So that's why this is called as column matrix. Next we have zero matrix or null matrix. If all the entries in a matrix are 0, it is called as zero matrix or null matrix. It is represented by capital O. So for example, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 or are all zero matrices for order 1 by 1, 1 by 2 by 2 and 2 by 3 respectively. So in these matrices you can see all the entries or all the numbers, all the digits are 0. So that's why these are called zero matrices. Next we have square matrix. A matrix in which number of rows is equal to the number of columns is called square matrix. It means that whenever we have a matrix in which number of rows are equal to number of matrix, a matrix of order n by n means number of rows and number of columns will be same. So that matrix will be called as square matrix. For example, we have matrix A, B, C, D, C, F, G, H, L. This is a square matrix of order 3 because we have 3 rows 1, 2 and 3, and also we have 3 columns in this matrix, as you can see 1, 2 and 3. So it means 3 rows, 3 columns, order is 3 by 3. So it means this one is the example of square matrix. Next we have another type, rectangular matrix. Rectangular matrix, if the number of rows and number of columns in a matrix are not equal, number of rows and number of columns in a matrix are not equal, then it is called as rectangular matrix. For example, we have matrix A, B and C. You can see these are all rectangular matrices because number of rows and number of columns are not same. In first matrix A, you can see we have 2 columns and 1 row. So number of rows and number of columns are not same. So that's why this one is rectangular matrix. B and C are also rectangular matrix. So diagonal matrices. A square matrix is called a diagonal matrix. For diagonal matrix, to define diagonal matrix, we have to know that matrix should be square. Square matrix can be a diagonal matrix, right? So it means that before defining diagonal matrix, we have to write the word square matrix is called a diagonal matrix if at least any one of the elements of its main diagonal is non-zero. It means that if we have a square matrix and then that matrix will be called as diagonal matrix if at least any one of the elements from its main diagonal. What is main diagonal? 2 and 3 are main diagonal elements. So it means in its main diagonal at least any one of its entries should be non-zero, and other entries should be 0. So that matrix will be called as diagonal matrix. For example, we have matrix A 2 0 0 0 3 0 0 0 4. You can see the main diagonal entries are 2 3 4 and all these are non-zero. Remaining all entries are 0. So this is called as diagonal matrix. In the same way, you can see we have matrix B. Main diagonal entries are non-zero and remaining non-diagonal entries are 0. So that's why this is also diagonal matrix. So next we have scalar matrix. Our diagonal matrix is called a scalar matrix. For scalar matrix, it is necessary to write the word diagonal. A diagonal matrix can be a scalar matrix. So if our matrix is diagonal, that may be scalar. So if a matrix is not a diagonal matrix, that not will be scalar matrix. So it means that for scalar matrix, it is necessary a matrix should be diagonal. So our diagonal matrix is called a scalar matrix if all entries in the main diagonal are the same and non-zero. So scalar matrix will be that matrix in the main, if all the entries in the main diagonal, just like this 2 2 2, it's all main diagonal entries. So if these entries are same, then we will call it as this diagonal matrix as scalar matrix. In matrix B, you can see main diagonal entries are same and non-zero, so that's why these are also scalar matrices. So next one we have identity or unit matrix. So a scalar matrix is called an identity or a unit matrix. It means that before defining identity or unit matrix, we have to know that scalar matrix. A matrix should be scalar to define identity matrix or unit matrix. So scalar matrix is called a matrix identity or unit if n on its main diagonal entries are 1. If its main diagonal entries are 1, it means that that matrix will be called as identity matrix. So for example, we have P matrix 1. It has only one row, one column, one entry. So it means this one is also called as identity or unit matrix. Second one, Q, main diagonal entries are non-zero and same and also 1. So you can see this Q matrix is also diagonal, it is also scalar, and then it is also identity or unit. So diagonal matrix, it means that this should be square matrix. So you can see square matrix. For square matrix, we know that number of rows and number of columns are same. So you can see we have 2 rows and 2 columns. So 2 rows, 2 columns, this one is square matrix. Then this one is also diagonal. For diagonal, main entries should be non-zero, remaining will be 0. You can see in matrix Q, we have main entries are non-zero and remaining are 0. So this is also diagonal, and also this one is scalar because main diagonal entries are same 1 1. So that's why this is also scalar. And now this one is also identity matrix because main diagonal entries are same as well as 1, because we know that identity or unit matrix means 1. So unit is 1. So Q is equal to 1 0 0 1. This is also called as identity matrix or unit matrix. Matrix R is also a unit matrix or identity matrix. So next we have transpose of a matrix. How can we find the transpose of a matrix? A matrix obtained from a given matrix by interchanging the rows and columns. This is called as transpose of given matrix. If A is a matrix, then its transpose is denoted by A small t. This is A transpose. So it means whenever we have a matrix, we have to find, if we have to find the transpose of this matrix, that will be equal to A transpose, and we will change the rows into columns or columns into rows, we will get transpose. For example, we have A matrix 1 2 4 8 0 5, and now we will find the transpose of this matrix A. 1 2 4 in this matrix is a row, and in this matrix this is changed into column. So 8 0 5 is a row, and in this matrix you can see this is changed into column. So this is the transpose of matrix A. Okay girls, next we have symmetric matrix. A square matrix A is called symmetric if it is equal to its transpose. For example, we have A matrix A 2 3 3 4, and then its transpose will be same 2 3 3 4. By changing rows into column there is nothing to change, so that's why its transpose is equal to its original matrix. So we will call this matrix A is called as symmetric matrix. It means that whenever we have a matrix A and by taking its transpose we don't have any change in the matrix, given matrix, so we will call it as symmetric matrix. Next we have skew symmetric matrix. A square matrix A is called skew symmetric if its transpose is equal to negative of given matrix. If we have matrix B, suppose we have matrix B 0 minus 5 5 0, then B transpose will be 0 5 minus 5 0. By taking minus 5 common from this we will get minus and remaining will be same just like matrix B. So that's why this is called as skew symmetric. If we have a matrix A and it's by taking its transpose and after taking minus sign is common we will get our original matrix, so that's why we will call this matrix is skew symmetric matrix. Next we have negative of a matrix. The negative of a matrix A is obtained by multiple of each of its elements by minus 1. It is denoted by minus A. For example, if A is equal to 3 minus 6, then minus A will be is equal to minus 3 and 6. We will just multiply minus with all entries and we will get minus of that matrix, negative of that matrix. Okay, all these are odd types of our matrices. Next we have exercise 3.2. We have question number 6. If A is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5 and B is equal to 7, 6, 5, 8, then verify that A transpose whole transpose is equal to A. So moving towards our solution, we have A transpose whole transpose is equal to A. So taking a left hand side, that is equal to A transpose whole transpose. So first of all, by taking matrix A, we will find transpose of this matrix, and we know that how can we find the transpose of a given matrix? By changing rows into columns or columns into rows. You can see in this matrix we have 2 3 as a row, and in this matrix 2 3 is column and 4 5 is in column form in this, and in this we have changed 4 5 into column. So it means that after taking A transpose we need to find A transpose whole transpose. So that will be equal to 2 4 3 5 whole transpose. Now we will change 2 4, that is row, 2 4 change into column 2 4, and 3 5 will be changed into column 3 5. So we will call it as this is equation number 1. So next we have left hand side, right hand side. So our right hand side is matrix A and the matrix A is given 2 3 4 5. We will call it as equation number 2. From equation number 1 and 2, A transpose whole transpose, that is equal to A. So hence it is proved that left hand side is equal to right hand side. This is your today's lecture. I hope you clear all the concepts which I already explained you. So if you have any problem you can contact me. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.